Hello everyone, welcome back to channel again. This is Cloud Institution, the best cloud training institution in Bangalore. So today in this video, we are going to see how to change the default port number of Apache web server. Okay, so this is really a interesting interview question. Okay, if you go for interview, so interview may ask you with this question that to test your knowledge on Linux and the Apache web server. Okay, so for example, so as you know that the by default that HTTP web server, the Apache if you installation will be working on the port number 80. Okay, for example, for the security purpose. Okay, so I don't want to use the custom default port which is 80. I wanted to use the port number 81 or 82, something like that. Okay, so if you want to change the port number, that port number will be serve the HTTP request from the internet. Okay, so we're going to see that how to change the port number from default port number 80 to 81. Okay, so in order to do that, we have to be going to the AWS console. Okay, so there is no instances over here. I'm going to launch instance now. Okay, so I'm going to launch instance. So the instance name will be Cloud Institution Apache, okay, server. Okay, so this is what my instance is going to be, and I'm going to choose the keypad is going to be like Cloud Institution Mumbai key. I'm using a Mumbai region, so the instance type is going to be t2.micro. Okay, everything is well and good. And then I can be enabling HTTP traffic from here. Okay, so I'm not going to show it to you now. I'm going to show it to you once the HTTP is Apache's installation is done. So the configuration storage, I'm going to be using 8 GB for a configuration, and then the number of instances which I'm going to be installing is 1. Okay, so now I'm also choosing a Amazon Linux as a default image. Okay, so now you click on launch instance. Okay, so now the instance is getting launched. Okay, so now I'm going to click on this one here. Okay, so now if you can click on here, I'm going to click on connect. Okay, so I'm going to connect to this instance. All right, so I've just connected to this machine. Okay, so I'm going to go to root sudo su hyphen. Okay, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to install Apache. Okay, which is httpd. Okay, so for that I have to install yum install httpd. Okay, so now I'm installing it. All right, so I'm going to start the service. So in order to start the service, what I have to do, I have to do system 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 ctl. Okay, so I have to be using system ctl start httpd. All right, so I'm also doing enabling httpd for the next reboot. Okay, so it's the best practices which can be using. Okay, so now I'm going to access this IP address in the browser. I want to check whether this IP address is working fine or not. Okay, this is not working because it's not working as a default port. The reason why is that this instance is not having a security group enabled for that particular port. Okay, so I'm going to here, I'm going here and going back. I'm click on the security group. This is the security group. Okay, edit inbound rules. Okay, now I'm going to allow HTTP. Okay, I'm going to be exactly allowing the HTTP traffic with 80 with port number 0. So the moment when you see that this is not serving any request, so the moment when I enable it, save it rule, then it should be automatically working. Look, it's automatically working. Okay, so now this is working on the port number 80, right? So how do you know that whether it is working port number 80 or not? Because if you don't specify anything, any kind of port number over here, that is going to be 80. So now I'm going to check whether it's working on port number 81 or not. Okay, it is not working, right? So I can go here and I can give the new browser, and this is not working. Okay, but it will be only working with the port number 80. Okay, so as per the real time scenario, okay, we don't want your request will be serving on the default port number 80, because most of the times, so the hacker may try to hack your machines with the port number default port numbers. Okay, they'll be scanning your default ports to check whether some of the port numbers are enabled or not. Okay, if something is enabled, so they try to access it from the port number. Okay, so in order to do that, in order to save that, so you should be enabling to some kind of a different, if it is a very critical application, you should be enabling this port number to something random port number. Okay, that can be like, so anything like 14, 1324, something like that, so but for example, I'm just going to show you on how to change the port number of here. Okay, so port number to 81 for now. It's up to you to change to any other port numbers. Okay, now if you want to enable it, okay, you have to go to /etc. Okay, I'm going to /etc. Okay, um, httpd httpd and then conf. Okay, so conf. So this is the directory. Okay, so this is the directory pwd. If you can do pwd, this is the directory. Okay, under which we have a configuration file called vi httpd.config. Okay, you can click on this one. You can search for port number 80. Okay, so port number 80. So as you can see here, this is listening on port number 80 for now because this is the default port number. Now what I'm going to do is that, okay, this is still working. See, look, this is still working. So now I'm going to change the port number to port number 81 or 82, anything, right? So I'm going to change to port number 81. Now what I have to do, I have to restart the service. Okay, so systemctl restart httpd. Okay, so I'm restarting the httpd service. Okay, but if you can go back and check it here again, so this one will not work. Okay, I'm closing this one and opening it again to see. Okay, this one will not work, but it should be working 81 port, right? 81 port should be working, right? Because we changed the port number, but still it is not working. The reason being, we need to change the security group to allow only 81. Okay, because we have allowing 80 port here, so we need to allow 81 here. Okay, what you have to do is that we have to go back and change the port number to custom TCP to, sorry, it's not this one. Okay, sorry, and I have to be changing to HTTP. Okay, so the custom TCP to the port number 81, allowing to the internet, and then save rules. Okay, now if you can go back and refresh this 81 here, boom. Okay, so it is working fine for this one. So similarly, you can just change to any other port numbers. Okay, so in the real-time interview, the interview may ask you that, hey, my default port number is 80. Is it possible for me to change the port number to something else and then to secure my, so secure my web server, from any, anonymous access? So then this is going to be the answer. So you can, change the port number to any other things, other than 80 and the default port number, then you should be able to access it. Okay, so this is how you should be answering it, right? So yeah, so that's it from this video, and hope this video was really helpful for you to understand how the default HTTP working and what's the port number and how to change the port number, what security groups, all this stuff. Okay, so if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, if you wanted to have inquiry about any kind of courses in Bangalore or in the remote, and please reach out to us on this number. We would like to enroll you for the courses. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and see you again in the next video.